All right, so let's talk about social media and what we're going to be doing with that. All right, so social media, as we just watched on there, the different things to do and not to do. We're going to pull this up. Hopefully, get it to be right. Internet's a little slow this morning, but anyway, you have two different parts of social media that you have to get involved with. The first part of it, number one, is the Facebook. You have Facebook, and you have Instagram. Both of these are combined together. When you're on your Facebook page, make sure that the little tab that says Instagram on it is turned on. So whatever you post to Facebook is going to automatically go over to Instagram. All the other social media sites don't work. They're useless. Okay. Like I know Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Forget it. It's not going to do anything for you. Mm-mm. You got LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Those three things work. Now on your LinkedIn profile, if you don't have one, make it. You want to get as many connections in the business, automotive business, as possible, and also real estate, because real estate agents buy a lot of vehicles and they go through a lot of cars. Construction, real estate, people who drive for Uber, Lyft, anything like that. You want to make as much connections as possible. Make sure you put a nice, clear, professional picture up, and in your bio, put your background of where you work now, what you do, and everything else. Make sure your bio is absolutely complete, and do the best you can to get up to 5,000 connections. You could, it may take you a little time, a year, 2 years, whatever, but just, start with it. Now, when you get to your Facebook page, make sure you do the same thing. Make sure you never create a business page, because they're useless. All you're going to do is pass around likes. Hey, like my page, I'm sure you're getting them now. And what's the big deal? You like somebody's page, and what happens after that? Usually nothing. So there's no point in doing it. People don't respond to it. Keep your page personal. Do your best to curtail any political things, just like what happened with Nicki Minaj in the last couple of days. Twitter froze her account to be on probation, because she was being honest. She said, hey, I took the COVID shot, or my cousin took the COVID shot, and this is what happened to him. And even saying something simple as that, social media wants to control everything that you do and everything you say, and they decide, whether you could post that or not. What she said was true. They researched it. It's her cousin, her family member. He had a bad reaction to it. He could almost become impotent from it. And she was warning everybody else. It's her legal right to do that. But instead, they want to shut her down, right? Because she's being honest. They want to shut her down, and they did. That's the kind of bullshit Twitter does. And Facebook does it, and all the social media sites do it. And eventually, hopefully, we get the law passed so they can't censor that stuff no more.
So the First Amendment.
It exactly is. Why do you got to shut down Nicki Minaj? Because she was being honest, right? What are they afraid of?
Her platform.
Yeah, exactly. Her platform, because she speaks to the younger generation and does the right thing, right? What she said was right, was honest. They researched it, and yeah, that happened to her cousin. That's her first cousin. Very close family member to her. So she was warning other people. So what? Now they're going to lie about it? So I don't believe in that. That's crazy. But not getting off subject. But anyway, again, getting back to social media, you have two different aspects. So the Facebook part of this deal is you got to make sure your bio says where you work, put up a good picture. You can always post things of your family and do all that stuff, be as active as possible. But on regular Facebook, you never sell anything. The only thing you do is what you've been practicing this week, is doing those how-to videos. That's the only thing you want to post up there, or anything that has to do with branding. Like a friend of mine that runs a Ford dealership in Texas, he does what they call the trade walk around. So what he does is every morning when he comes in, he does Facebook Live, and he shows everybody the trades that came in, tells them the year, make, and miles, but doesn't say anything about price, payments, or anything else. Just shows people what the cars are. And he started out and he had, you know, maybe 5 or 10 people watching in the morning. Well, now after a month doing it, and now almost a year, he literally has hundreds and hundreds and sometimes 1,000 people watching his Facebook Live to see what he's got coming in. So, and that drives traffic right to the store. Years ago, it used to be newspaper was the dominant advertising source. Then it went to direct mail. Then after direct mail was postcards and different flyers and things like that. Then it was Craigslist. Craigslist was a monster for the longest time. Sorry, I don't know why this thing keeps timing out. Craigslist was a monster for the longest time. The problem is, and Craigslist used to get, this is a fact, used to get 1.5 billion website hits a day, okay, a day, worldwide. Problem is they didn't regulate it, and there was all kinds of scams and the human trafficking and all kinds of bullshit that just, you know, ruined pretty much Craigslist. Then they started charging everybody $5 to post a car, and then all that, it just all went down the tubes. Then we had Auto Trader came in, which was a huge deal on the internet presence, their magazines, all that stuff. Now, today, it happens to be Facebook is the dominant partner. Facebook and Instagram is really coming up the ladder quite a bit, but Facebook is the shit right now. Now, is there going to be something different? Absolutely. Times change, platforms change. Facebook's not going to be dominant forever. It's going to change. But right now, this is the source that will drive individual direct traffic right to you, okay? So, like if you look at my Facebook page here, it's just simple. I have my sons, my daughters, all there, and it has all my stuff. I have 2,500 friends. Tells me everything that we do. I just want to see if I could go to my other account. Let's see. Pages. So this is my business page, as you can see, but you know, there's not a lot ever happening on it. People make it, there's some stuff that people make some good comments or whatever, but there's just not a lot happening on my business page. On my personal page, there's always something happening all the time. So just to show it, you know, I put mine up and a lot of students and stuff go there and they make nice comments and leave me recommendations and all that stuff. And I appreciate that if y'all do that, but business-wise for you personally, it's not going to accomplish anything. What you want to accomplish is you want to drive that direct traffic to you. So one of the most important things you could do is when you're doing your video, you got to keep it under 3 minutes like you guys have been practicing. And you want to make a how-to video of anything. It doesn't matter. It could be a used car, a new car, it doesn't matter what year it is. Just something that you want to be direct and descriptive about that product, whether it's the Apple CarPlay or whatever it is. You want to show a 2021 product or whatever that happens to be. You want to make sure that you're doing that how-to. Now, when you make the video, whatever the video is about, you need to put it in the title description, okay? Type in what it's about up there. And in that title, you want to make sure you put share and like and say, please share and like. Then at the bottom, you'll see a little tiny blue guy. You want to click on that. You can tag up to 99 people. I suggest, it doesn't matter who they are, you tag as many people as you can. You don't necessarily have to do all 99, but at least get yourself 20 or 30. All you got to do is just click them all and tag them. Then also on the right next to the little blue guy is a little red target symbol. Looks like a little red teardrop. That's your location. You want to click on that and then look for your dealership and then put your dealership in there and click it. So this way it'll say your name at the dealership with 99 friends. And then once you put your video up, then you post it and let it be. Now, if you want to, for ease and for double use, create yourself a private YouTube channel and put all your videos into YouTube. Then all you got to do is click share and you can post that right to Facebook automatically. So you could reuse a lot of the stuff because your how-to videos never get outdated. So if you wanted to repost it a second time, 2 months later, 3 months later, you have them stored and you can do them. because especially if you do used cars. Used cars is great. So you could do all kinds of how-to videos on different brands, different makes, models, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be what you're selling. Now here you have 4 different brands, so you have an enormous amount of material to put up there on post. You could show people, like I said, how to change, where's the dipstick to change their oil, the transmission, how to check it, where the battery's located. Some of the cars now come with an air pump and some like kits. If you have a flat, like this, whatever stuff they put in there with the air pump that they have in there, you'll see the kits in a lot of new cars have that. To change their tire, how to change the tire, how to use the climate control, how to use the Apple CarPlay, how to program your phone, where are all the fluids, how do you put gas in a car. There's so many different things that you guys can put a how-to video. Just keep it under 3 minutes and post it, and make sure what I said, you put it in that video so it's complete. Take the same video. You can post the same video on Instagram as Facebook, and also you want to post that on LinkedIn also. And you really need to do this once a day, at least once a day, and keep going on about it, and be consistent. The consistency is what's going to drive people to you and believe in you and your brand, because you're branding yourself along with the dealership. That's going to drive direct traffic right to you, excuse me. The other thing is now you have Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is where you sell everything. It doesn't work that fantastic for new cars. If the new cars are really under $20,000, it'll do fine, regardless of what it is, but it works phenomenally well for used cars. And in used cars, you're going to do a couple different formats. With that, let's see, I'm going to show you a couple things. But with the used car format, it works really, really well. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the vehicle identification number, like you're going to go to Facebook Marketplace and you're going to list a car for sale. How this really operates, and I'm going to break it down, I'm going to back up and go forward with it. When it comes to Marketplace, what you should be doing is posting one used car every single day for 7 days. When you hit the 7th day, go back to the first car you posted. If it's sold or not sold, doesn't make any difference. Just delete it. Don't mark it sold, just delete the ad completely, okay? And then keep rotating the inventory out on every single car every day. Every 7 days, you want to replace that vehicle. But if it gets sold sooner by somebody else, that's okay. Just delete it and put up another one. But keep on top of it. Now, in that description, just take all the information off the window sticker of the used car, because it has a Monroney label, a window sticker, just like the new cars, just smaller. It's really easy. If you do it on your laptop or whatever, you could just copy and paste it, put the description in, put the vehicle identification number in. It'll populate all the fields for you. But in the description, you want to make sure you put your company email address and your phone number also. Your phone number is going to be listed anyway, because everything's going to be going through Messenger. So make sure your Messenger is open and active, because that's how people are going to contact you, is going to be right through Messenger, right on your phone. Now, when you go to put the pictures up, they'll give you at least a dozen pictures. You don't have to use all of them. I think you could put up to 24 if I'm not mistaken. But the best thing to do is do what we call the L. So the L, this is my little car, right? Okay. So the L is when you're looking at the car, you want to make sure it's slightly tilted. So you get the front and the driver's side, the front of the car and the driver's side in all one shot. Make sure it's perfectly centered so you can see that car. Then the second shot, you want to do the same thing in reverse. So you get the back of the car and the passenger side. So basically, in 2 pictures, you're getting the whole vehicle. The third picture should be you sitting, if it's a 2-door or 4-door, you should be sitting in the back seat where you're in between the seats, and put your camera up so you can take a picture of the whole dashboard and the center console in one shot. And then after that, you can put up whatever you want. But those should be your first, your first 3 pictures. So you have the whole car, you got the main shot of the interior. The other thing too is you only need to take a picture of one wheel. You don't need to put all 4 up, because they're all the same, right? We don't have 4 different rims on a car. Well, so just take one picture.
You have 2 different wheels.
Why do we have 2 different wheels?
Well, it depends on what car. Cause like
I've never seen a new car come off the showroom floor with two different wheels.
no, different sizes and everything.
Size has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
It's the look.
Okay.
So just, all we have is one wheel. Just take a picture of the wheel and the tire so you can see the nice thread and you can see a good shot of the wheel. Just take one picture of that and then you can do whatever you want. Trunk, pictures, whatever you want to do. But you want to put that in there and make sure the description is good, the title is good, and then post that on Marketplace. Now, real big factor to this is you need to join. It would be to your benefit to join between 10 and 20 buy and sell groups, not online garage sales or anything else. You could maybe, if you get lucky, you could do a real estate network, but the reality is you need at least 10 to 20 buy and sell groups. Make sure they're within a 50-mile radius of the dealership. It's going to be hard dragging somebody in a little farther away from that. You know, if you're in a more congested area, if you're in the Northeast or something else, it doesn't matter. You could go 75 miles out and you're still going to get a good response. But here, it's not going to be that strong if you go that far out. Okay, so you want to keep it to about 50 miles. You want to make sure the count of the groups have at least 10,000 people in it or more. You know, there's a lot of groups that have 20, 30 and heavier. The higher the number, the better you are. Because what will happen, as soon as you post it in Marketplace, you're going to post it to those 20 groups at the same time. It's going to give you a prompt, and you just hit post, go through all 20. Now that one card you posted is going to be on Marketplace and 20 groups. You will get what they call views or the visibility in the first 15 minutes, no less than 500,000 people. Usually within a couple of hours, you're already over 1 million people have the view on their, come up on their news feed or whatever else. Now, here's the thing. Normally, depending on the price of the car, within 15 minutes after you post it, you're going to get people hitting you up on Messenger. You're going to get a lot of BS. You got to weed through the BS and get to the real people. And your goal is to make an appointment. Get all their information. But now what you want to do is, this is where you're going to send your 60-second video. They got a picture of the car. If you're on Messenger, they should have a picture of your face. But now you could send them a little video of the car, do your 60-second commercial, and send that to them right through Messenger. Because you could do it. Say, hey, let you know, here's the vehicle. This is what it is, what it sounds like, all that good stuff, and send it. You got a face with the name. You could do it all in that one video and send it to them. And the best thing you can do for yourself is try to make an appointment, put everything in the CRM. For you guys, it's e-leads. Put it in the e-leads right away. You want to do that, make that appointment. Those people are coming in to see you directly. They're not coming into the dealership. They're coming in to see you, even though they are coming into the dealership. But their whole purpose is you. That's what's going to give you the strongest response, is the more you operate well on Marketplace and the more branding you do on Facebook, especially these how-to videos. You can even do one of the dealership. Say, hey, this is Sean over at blank Chrysler, and I just wanted to show you the lot layout, show you how much inventory we got. If y'all are interested in anything, just hit me up, give me a call, put your phone number in there and all that kind of stuff. And just something simple. But you never sell anything, and don't do, like if we're having a big sale or an event, honestly, nobody cares. Only the people that are interested in buying the car, okay? So you don't want to mention that either and say, oh yeah, we're having a big sale today, red tag sale, do this and do that. It doesn't have a lot of traction. I know some people argue that point, or it does. It really doesn't. That's different. When we're on our page of the dealership's page and we advertise that, that's something different, because we're going to boost that post and we're going to send it to people who are actually trying to be interested in what we have. That happens off of our regular Facebook page through promotions and stuff like that, and that's all fine. But when you're talking about regular social media that you are doing as an individual, it's very important that you're not out there trying to sell anybody anything. Brand yourself. I see guys doing this, and I love this, is take a picture of your business card and post it. You just post it maybe once a week on Facebook. Hey, if anybody needs anything, here's my business card, boom, and post your business card. Now, what I would do is I would do an intro video and put it on there too. I would say, hey, this is Tony over at blank, 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 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. If you need anything in the market for anything, just come see me. Here's my phone number. Here's my information. We carry Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Chrysler, or we carry Ford, Chevrolet, this, whatever it is. And just kind of brand yourself and throw it out there. You just, as an informational thing, not as a selling thing. Got it? Any questions about that so far? Nothing. You pretty much got it. Who here has their own Facebook page? Pretty much everybody. If you don't, like I said, it's not a requirement for you to actually have one and do it. But if you want to be successful in today's market, you're going to get on social media. Even though I hate everything about the platform, I hate the people who run it, I hate the people who control it. It just happens to be a good medium right now that does extremely, extremely well. And I can't implore that enough. That right now social media is the key to your success. We're going to do the phone calls, you're going to do internet marketing, you're going to do, the walk-arounds, all the stuff you're doing. But I promise you this, if you take hold of social media, get your Facebook page open, operating, get as many friends as you can in the area or family and friends members, I promise you it's going to work, and it's going to work fast, almost immediately. So I'm going to see if I could pull up, let's see, Eric. So this is the guy I was telling you about. As you can see here, what his dealership is. And he does all these videos here. Like, let's see, that she's showing the inventory on this one. Here's another one. I like this.
What are you doing? What are you, Beyonce back there, bro? Shakira. Share the video, Eric Barbosa.
Here the lane.
Okay. When I told you guys, look at the heading. Start sharing the video right now. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get some amazing deals, okay, by just making an offer, and I will respond. So start sharing the video right now. Kara, we have some units, right? Girl, what are you getting ready for? You look like you're going on vacation soon.
Well, you see, this is what I'm talking about, is, he's got 159,000 followers on there now, okay? Mm-hmm. He started out with nothing. But he did a good job, and he gets his assistant. They're going to go down through all the inventory. He's not mentioning price. He's not mentioning paying, but they're laughing, they're joking, they're having a good time. And their viewership is just going up and up and up and up and up. And he is in an area in Texas that's an hour north from Houston. It's not a very big dealership. And let me tell you, and the area is not populated like this city or like our city. It's not even close. But he's got people driving there. And I'll give you another thing. It does make a difference when it comes to it. We had a dealership in Houston. It was there for 40-something years. It was called Lawrence Marshall Dealerships. We had a huge Chevy, Ford, and Dodge store in an area called Hempstead, Texas. Hempstead is an hour and 15 minutes from Houston. There's literally nobody lives in Hempstead. I mean, it's a very, very grand area. But their advertising that they did just through social media and on television made people drive an hour and a half out to the store to buy cars. Well, this store was selling 1,500 plus cars a month in the middle of nowhere. This dealership that we're talking about here is doing this. They're not selling that many cars, but they're no longer a 75 or 100 car dealership. They pretty much tripled their numbers because all their salespeople are doing the exact same thing. They're all getting on social media. They're all advertising the vehicles, and it doesn't matter. If let's say you got a 2021 used Challenger, right? And you advertise it, and you advertise it, and you advertise it, and you advertise it, and you, it doesn't matter. Because the deal's going to go to somebody individually. They're going to contact either you or you or you. It doesn't matter. So, but you have a lot of inventory out there, and you can post whatever you need to post. The biggest thing is make sure that you're tagging, put your location in, and whatever that video is about, the how-to video, you put it in that description. Now, obviously, the newer material you have, the better it is for right now. But let me tell you, some of the used car stuff goes a long way. But I would totally suggest making sure you do your YouTube, get a private YouTube, house your videos there, and then you can easily post those just by copy and pasting the link into LinkedIn and into Instagram and into Facebook. Because it's in YouTube, it's not taking up the time format in the other platforms, so they won't make you trim the video, because all it is a link. So when you press that link, it's going to go into there. Okay, so that makes more sense in the way it's done. Any questions so far about that? So what we're going to do today is all of you are going to figure out something. You're going to make something that we're going to post on the dealership's timeline, and also you're going to post one on your own timeline. Okay, and then you're going to take the same thing and you're going to post it on my business page as well, all of you. Okay, we're going to do that. Here's, matter of fact, we might even do it right now just to get it going. But any questions about the social media part?
Are we posting it on our page, or you
Yeah.
want us to creating like a business page? So
No,
it's
no,
separate?
no business page. It's all going to go on your personal page.
So, all right, so yeah, okay.
Okay, and let me tell you something. It doesn't matter. Like, let's just say most of your friends are in Arkansas, okay, or you moved here from another city. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because you can still sell cars to those people too. Just, you want to get your friends list to be relevant. You know, I think the maximum you can have on Facebook is 5,000. But if you could reach that number one day, that's great. But you want to make sure all the people are relevant. You don't need people from India and Pakistan and all these other places. You want to make sure the friends list is relevant to your circle and your friends' friends and your friends' friends. And you can see it, because you might have a friend that it says you have 17 mutual friends. Friend that person, even if you don't know them, and keep doing it. Build up your clientele through social media by getting as many relevant friends as possible. It doesn't matter if they're in the business, not in the business, but the more you post on social media every day and be consistent about it, the stronger your presence. In a 30-day period of time, you're going to see how many, you're going to watch your video views, see how much they drastically go up and how much more relevant they're going to be, and you'll see how many times they get liked and shared. Some videos you do will just end up nothing. Some video that you think is irrelevant will get thousands of views. You don't know what's going to interest people. That's why it's so important to put that content out there every single day, and they know who you are. Yes?
Well, isn't one of the rules that I want us to stray away from like talking about political things
Absolutely.
on social media? Well, I have to create another page, because that's what I'm kind of known for. Like, I'm in a, like you asked me yesterday, modern fraternity. We stand on things like this, kind of like, you know, Colin Kaepernick, right?
Yeah.
He's in our fraternity, so we strongly speaking on like black politics and things like that. So I don't want to lose customers, because some people won't agree with what I say. I don't want to have to necessarily mix that business and lose customers, because that's just something I won't stray away from. It's not that I can't. I have to speak on it. I have to speak for our people. So it's not like a business page, but it's just a separate page for people to follow me. They know that I work for Louisville Chrysler, where I can also like keep my main page as well and speak on like just what I've been doing.
Well, if you want to do that, that's your prerogative. You know, I try to keep as much politics out of it, but everybody knows I'm a super strong Republican. I was part of our Republican committee in the state of Texas, and I'm a very, very strong, avid Republican, and everybody knows that. And I'll post some political stuff every once in a while on my views that are strong. But yeah, there's mixed messages go out there, so it's really your prerogative. If you feel more comfortable making a separate personal page and then beefing that up, that's totally fine. It's completely your prerogative, but people like to know you as a person.
Right. And
They don't want to see a business case, because it's nothing personal. They want to see your kids. They want to see your family. They want to see you out there hiking and whatever. So in your area, you know, if that's what you want to do, you want to keep one section separate, and for your political views on that, that's fine. But you need to draw in the non-stuff into there.
Into it as well.
Yeah, and don't lose your identity. You know what I mean? Your identity is you. So regardless of what your political views are, they're yours. You know, you have to be proud of them and stand up for them regardless of what they are. You know, ours may be completely 100% opposite for each other, but I still respect you as a man and as a person, and I expect the same. We just believe different things. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that in any way, shape, or form, okay? And people may or may not judge you for that, and that's their problem, not yours. But if you feel more comfortable creating a different page, you create a different page.
Okay.
And in this way, I want you to feel comfortable with it. But you're gonna have to load it up with personal stuff because people want to see that. They want to know you're a real human being.
Right. Now, I still like, it's not just gonna be strictly business. I just understand once you, like, all of y'all should really understand now that we're gonna post on your own social media. You're a representation of Chrysler at all times.
Yes.
And you need to be careful what you are posting as well, because you're gonna have businessmen and women looking at your page. So all that childish stuff or whatever you may be doing, they may just be like, nope.
And that's true. If you're out there guzzling a bottle of vodka, not a good thing. You know, you want to maintain your personality and who you are as a person. That does not need to change. But you got to make sure you're not doing anything completely stupid on there either. You know, anything that's going to be really truly offensive to the general public, or putting yourself in a bad light, because people have gotten fired before from making their brand look bad or sending out the wrong message. So you got to be careful. That's why I say on your personal page, the only thing you want to put out there is branding and how-to videos, because that's about as generic as possible, and it's informative, and people want to see and learn from that stuff. Okay? Very, very important. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. So if you're in his position, like Sean, you know, and you want to create a second page, just not a business page. Again, no business pages. Create a secondary personal page, that's fine. You know, it's not a problem. My wife is not on social media at all. You know, she doesn't like it, but she has a Facebook page that I help her maintain. So she said, any friend requests it, hey, you know, your cousin from here said hello. She goes, oh, really? What'd she say? I was like, well, read it. I don't want to log on. I'm like, so I'm doing it for her. But if you can hit that button, Sean, that would be
I
great.
got a question.